Hello, everybody. Put some respect on my channel. And the reason I'm saying to put some respect on my channel is because I've done more crazy things on this YouTube channel than most of you have ever done in your life. I have been to very dangerous cities. I have been to Nuevo Leon, Mexico, the most dangerous northern territory in Mexico. I have driven and live streamed driving through Nuevo Leon, Mexico, with the drug cartels right around the corner, driving on the opposite end of the road. I have driven through the hottest deserts in this country at the hottest time. I have driven near hurricanes. I have driven through hurricanes. I have recorded hurricanes. I have tried to get videos of a big tornado, which I will eventually get a big gigantic tornado. I have done more things on this channel and almost like daredeviled more than anyone else has that I know personally. So put some respect on my channel. Because at the end of the day, I have done a lot of crazy things more than you would ever do in your life. And I'm not afraid. Not afraid to drive 1,000 miles in one day and then drive another 1,000 miles. I'm not afraid to go to dangerous cities. Not afraid of Compton, Watts, South Central, Inglewood. I've driven through all the 5 boroughs of New York. I've been to Queens. I've been to Brooklyn. I have driven through Newark, New Jersey, East Orange, Patterson. I have even live streamed driving through Camden, New Jersey, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I have never driven through Baltimore though. I have driven through some dangerous cities in Maryland. I have driven through some dangerous cities in New York State. I have driven through dangerous cities in New Jersey. I have driven through dangerous cities in Ohio, aka Springfield, Ohio, Cincinnati. I've done that. I have been to one of the most dangerous cities in America. I've been to Compton, I've been to Watts, I've been to South Central, I've been to Inglewood. I recorded it for my YouTube audience. Put some respect. I drive out in the middle of nowhere, do speed tests, do connectivity tests for my tech audience, kind of, on my channel. I've driven to the most remote areas of this country. I've driven through remote areas of Colorado, Kansas. No, not Kansas yet, but maybe in the future. I'm trying to put as many miles on my car to see if it lasts longer than 200,000 miles. I have driven through, the really craziest one is, I've been to Juarez. I've been to Tijuana. I've driven through Juarez. I've driven through Tijuana at night on a weekend. I am a traveler. I like to travel. I like to see things. That's why I drive. I can drive 700 miles in one day with what, 2 tanks of gas maybe? So like $30, $35, $40. I have traveled from the middle of America all the way to New Jersey multiple times. I've traveled all the way from New Jersey to Miami, Miami to Key West. I've done Naples all the way. I've done it. I've done New York, New York, all the way to Texas, all the way to Brownsville, to Text line all the way to, I've done it, well, technically I just did it a few days ago, Beaumont, Texas. Yes, yesterday I went all the way to Lake Charles, Louisiana. And yeah, technically I have driven in every major endpoint of Texas now. I've been to Texarkana, all the way from Texarkana to Laredo, all the way from Brownsville to Textline, all the way from El Paso to Beaumont, over 857 miles plus. I've done it. I've driven from Dallas, Fort Worth, Wichita Falls. I've done it. I've done it. And there's not a lot of people that can say that they've done that. Not a lot of people can say they've driven the whole state of Texas. I've driven to the most remote parts of Texas you could ever imagine. I've driven to the center of Texas. I've even made a video saying I went to the geographical center of Texas, which is not technically the center of Texas, but I've done it. My only last driving that I want to do North Dakota, South Dakota, Kansas again, but this time I want to go see the center of the United States. I've been to New York. I've done all 5 boroughs. All 5 boroughs. I've done all 5 fucking boroughs. I've driven through them. You guys have seen my live streams in the past. I've literally driven through those 5 boroughs. And not only did I drive through all those 5 boroughs, I drove through almost every single neighborhood in those boroughs. Okay? And not only that, I've driven through Toronto. I've driven through London, Ontario. I have driven through all of Ohio. I've been to Northeast Ohio, Toledo. I've been to Dayton, Cincinnati, Columbus, Circleville for some reason. I've been to Southeast Ohio. I've been to West. You know what state scares me the most? West Virginia. I've been through West Virginia. I mean, I've seen it. I've seen this country and how the topography changes. I've done a lot more for my subscribers than probably most YouTubers. I mean, most YouTubers don't do this. Like, most YouTubers don't get in a car, drive across the country, half the country to record something. And if this would have been a little bit less of a hurricane, I would have stayed and got it on a live stream for my subscribers. And if you guys have been in my past videos, you'll see that I've attempted to chase tornadoes. And if I swear to God, if I see a gigantic tornado, I'm going to record it. Especially if I know the area. If I don't know the area, I might be a little more hesitant. I'll record it, but more of a distant recording. You know, you don't want to get caught in its path, but that's not the point. The point is, I'm scared to do things, but I'm not scared to do things. I'm like Courage the Cowardly Dog. I'm scared to do it, but I know that I should. A lot of people don't realize how dangerous I am like that. I went and I chased that hurricane that hit Corpus. If it would have been stronger, I still would have chased it. Now, if it would have been a Category 5, that would have been sketchy. But I probably would have done it because I know Corpus, on the back roads of Corpus, to get back to San Antonio very well. And I probably would have moved west as the Iowa was moving west so I could get the hell out of there. But that's not the point. The point I'm trying to make is I do these things for this channel here. I've done a lot of crazy things. I mean, I literally drive hundreds of miles just to do one thing and then I'll go back. I mean, you guys have literally seen me drive all the way to El Paso, over 500 miles from San Antonio, and then I'll drive back the next day. Because I want to. Because I want to see the desert. I like the deserts of Texas. Texas deserts are amazing. It's fucking beautiful. I drove to New Mexico, and what did I do? I drove back. I drove all the way to Tucson, Arizona, got bored, and drove back. And plus, I didn't have a medication, but whatever. I could drive to California if I got mad enough. Like, I'll give you an example. I keep telling people this. I would drive to Portland, Oregon, record the whole city, drive through the whole city like this, like back, forth, if somebody gave me $1,000. But it's so far out, and that's the only thing that concerned me is because it's so far. Is the only reason I'm not doing it is because it's like 2,000 miles. From San Antonio, it's over 2,000 miles. But I would do it if I had the money. If I was rich, I would be driving a nice Lexus, maybe probably a Lexus, because I like I want reliability. I don't care about the looks. But I would drive to all these cities, and I would record them. If I could, I would map out, I would live stream every single city that I could stop at. Like, if I had money and knew I could get a hotel room, I could take my time recording all these small towns, because then I would know at the end of the day, if I had the money, then I could just stop at a hotel room, get some sleep, relax, take a shower, get some food, watch some TV, unwind, and then the next day continue to travel. Trust me, if I had money like that, I would travel this whole country, and I would travel through the most remote cities, to the deserts, to, everywhere. I would travel like Oregon, Washington, California, Nevada, Idaho, and then go eastward, whatever. Or if I just feel like going to Ohio to go see an old friend of mine, boom, I'm going to do it. Like, that's how I am. I can get in my car and just drive 1,300 miles and drive back. I could drive to Miami and drive back in less than 2 or 3 days because I felt like it. Not because I'm rich. It's just because I like to travel. I like the seeing things change as you're driving. I like that. I like that a lot. Like if you're going from San Antonio to Corpus on 37 South, you'll see that it goes from like this hills, flat, you'll and then more hills, and then you'll see how it gets really flat and then it kind of curves up a little bit when you go into Corpus. Very beautiful area. You got South Padre out. It's just really nice. And then if you go to Galveston, I don't know, man. I don't know about Galveston. It's a very weird city. But just traveling across this country, I've seen the craziest things, and I think honestly, I'm gonna say this, but I think Galveston is one of the weirdest places I've ever seen because I don't know, man. Galveston's very fucking weird. So I'm gonna put this on my scale of number one as Galveston, Texas, being the weirdest city I've ever been to. It is a very strange island. It doesn't even make any sense. There's like trains on it. Uh, there's another island on top of another island where they're building apartments. Like there's an island on an island building apartments. The whole thing is really fucking weird. There's a Valero randomly, just a random Valero where it doesn't even make any sense. It just doesn't. It just doesn't. The whole thing of Galveston, Texas, is just bizarre. Like bizarre. Galveston, Texas, is a very bizarre place. I can't explain it. It's just weird. How everything is laid out in that town is very strange. It's like a big city, but it's not. It's got industrial areas. It's got residential areas, and then it's got the beaches. The whole thing is fucking weird. But anyways, guys, I'm ranting. But put some respect on my channel, okay? Just put some respect on it. I do a lot of weird shit. I do it because I like to. I like to make my subscribers happy in that sense. I like to do weird things. Like I drove 300 miles to do some T-Mobile millimeter wave speed tests on a limited budget. Like I know I'm pretty good at that. So I will continue to do that. If I lose my car, if it breaks down, it does. But until then, if I continue to make weird videos, I'm going to continue to do it. Thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye.